Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Emotions ran high in Grand Forks tonight. The City Council discussed a possible citywide mask mandate. This is on top of policy already requiring city staff to wear a mask in common areas and added restrictions to bars and restaurants. We find out how officials are reacting. After seeing a dramatic increase in coronavirus case numbers, Grand Forks City Council members are saying more needs to be done.
We need a strong, active, robust public education campaign. It's been too long in coming. We're due for that. Not just about mask wearing, but about the COVID in general.
Weber cited the increased risk in Grand Forks, saying masks have been effective elsewhere in the nation and needs to be part of the conversation, but did not call for a citywide mandate to be set. Grand Forks Mayor Brandon Bochinsky did not show support for a citywide mask mandate.
But this isn't Nazi Germany where we can bust into houses and force people to wear masks. That's where the spread is happening now. To me, I'm not sure that a mandate is going to get them to suddenly say, well, now we better wear a mask when we're partying together.
But Bochinsky asked that education become more of a focus about the spread of COVID-19 and when and how to wear a mask. These conversations follow the announcement that city employees will be required to wear a mask and an emergency declaration forcing liquor license holders, including bars and restaurants, to close their doors every day at 11 p.m. While Grand Forks leaders attempt to stop the spread, people are already finding ways around the rules, traveling to other places like Fargo.
They came to Fargo for the weekend to go out drinking at the bars. So again, I think that there should be more of a travel mandate if we're going to do mandates.
Fargo city leaders say at this stage they continue to monitor numbers and trends daily and currently do not plan to ask businesses to close early. Fargo currently has a recommendation in place that all people wear masks and many businesses are requiring them, but there is no citywide mandate. Grand Forks currently has the highest active case count in the state at 536. No policies were decided on tonight in Grand Forks. Conversations of potential protocols will continue a week from today. 9 more Greek chapters at the University of North Dakota have had at least one member test positive for COVID-19. Earlier this month, 6 Greek chapters at UND had at least one person test positive. 15 of 20 chapters have now at least one person who has contracted COVID-19. The university is working with the groups to help those members quarantine. If you're looking to get tested in Grand Forks, there are opportunities this week for walk-up testing events. The first one is tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. A second one was added for Friday, September 4th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is open for everyone ages 5 and up. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is an advocate for increased testing, especially among younger people who tend to be asymptomatic. Recent reports say the younger demographic is now driving the pandemic, yet the CDC has decided to no longer recommend a COVID-19 test to those without symptoms, which has state leaders worried. The CDC softening language around testing guidelines comes as North Dakota cases increase. In just over a week, from August 23rd to today, positive COVID-19 cases for the 20 to 29-year-old age group have nearly doubled from 493 to 833 active cases statewide.
We haven't changed any of our recommendations here in North Dakota, and we're unlikely to because we believe our recommendations make sound public health sense.
Governor Burgum agrees and says he'll continue testing efforts, especially as cases increase in Grand Forks County and classes begin. You should wear a face mask when you visit with friends and family. That is according to Dr. Deborah Burks, who is a member of the Coronavirus Task Force. She is also encouraging college students who are attending large parties to get tested.
To every student on every college campus, if you go to one of those events, you really need to protect others. Wear your mask when you're around others after that, and please try to get tested. It's really important.
She urged Americans to do the right thing today so we could have fewer cases in the fall. Looking at our COVID-19 numbers from around the area, in North Dakota, there are 114 new cases and 1 new death. The positivity rate is at 5.94%. There are 2,378 active cases with a death toll of 143 for the state. In Minnesota, the Department of Health is reporting 679 confirmed cases and 1 new death linked to the illness. 67,656 people have recovered from the illness. In total, more than 1,800 deaths have been attributed to the disease. A man says he's afraid to leave his apartment in Moorhead after he was assaulted for reportedly not wearing a mask. Kenneth Ortner contacted the whistleblower hotline about the assault. Police confirm it happened at Riverview Heights in Moorhead on Friday. No one was arrested because it was a he said versus he said situation, according to police. But medical records show Ortner suffered a concussion and lacerations to his face.
You can't tell me what to do, and I said, you're not getting on the elevator with me without a mask at high risk. And he pushed me in the elevator and then proceeded to beat me up.
Ortner says the person who assaulted him should at least be cited. In the meantime, a judge granted a restraining order today against his assailant. If you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz stressed the need for urgent federal support for child care providers. During a press conference today, Walz, joined by Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan and U.S. Senator Tina Smith, visited an in-home child care provider. The governor called for increased federal support as the need for child care has increased due to the pandemic.
Child care is an essential act that will make sure we're able to get that funding before the end of the year and make sure that we don't have this drop off, all for the very simple purpose of keeping these providers in this safe place for children in place so their families can go back to work and we can start tackling the issue of opening the economy even more.
Senator Smith has been pushing for $50 billion in federal funding for the nation's child care system. It passed the House, but not the Senate. Students going into 6th and 9th grade at Heritage Middle School got a sneak peek of the building and classrooms for this fall. Each grade has an individual technology pod where students can get hands-on learning using technology while still staying safe and practicing social distancing. Students can work one-on-one using iPads that can be streamed to rolling TVs and flexible furniture that can be easily rearranged to meet classroom and safety needs.
We're really fortunate in the sense that when you look at our classrooms and we have our standing height tables and our regular height tables, it allows for spacing so that we're maintaining the 6 feet social distancing with our students in the classroom.
These students with their last names beginning with the letters L through Z will be returning to the school on Thursday. Last names A through K will return to school Tuesday, September 8th. A Fargo 8-year-old is using his passion to offer support for a local animal shelter. Raiden started his own business a little over a year ago, painting and making other creations like bath bombs and lip balms. Instead of pocketing the proceeds, he raised $350 and gave it to Homeward Animal Shelter. This is where the family adopted their cat, and they wanted to show their support for the facility. If you would like to see some of Raiden's creations, click on this story on the VNL News app.